Hi everyone, let's get started with our Q1 of 2021 product review. I have quite a couple of points that I would like to share with you, so forgive me for speaking with notes today, but I just can't fit everything into my head. Before we get started, big shout out to the autoRetouch team. They've been doing all this amazing work. I did nothing. I just do videos. So let's get started. What do we have in store for you? First of all, if you go into autoRetouch, you will see this little ghost icon. And the ghost icon stands for the ghost mannequin. In the ghost mannequin, you can upload so-called ghost images. Let's do a front shot and inlay shot. And autoRetouch will compose a ghost mannequin or hollow man or shoulder neck joint image automatically for you. You can specify shadow intensity and the warping as well, and it will deliver a wonderful PSD file. You will have the final result on the top layer. Underneath you'll have the product shot with an alpha mask, which you can of course disable. You'll have the inner side, the inlay, and the shadow as a separate layer. Right, that is a premium feature that will cost you 50 cents, and here it is. So with that, Ghost Mannequin, check. Now, let's see what else we have in store. We have the results list. That is a new menu item with thumbnails. That's also a new feature that will show you across all workflows in autoRetouch your finished files, the results. It will specify which workflow they've been processed with, when, by whom, and so on. So that is the results page. Now inside a workflow, let's take a look at this one. And let's focus on the export component. Now the export component supports 4 different file types: PNG, JPEG, TIFF, and PSD. TIFF is a new one, and there are some extra features that were shipped in the last quarter. So for one is keep original background. Now why would you do that? That goes together with one of the next features, and that's vector paths. So when you have an image where you would like to have the vector path around the object but still keep the original background, that's when you would do check in this box. And you can do that for JPEGs, and you can do that for TIFFs, and you can do that for PSDs. Now, speaking of vector paths, so let's do 2 in here. In remove background, you have the option to create a vector path. You can give it a name, and inside of Skin Retouch, you also have the option to create a vector path and give it a name. Let's take a look at how this looks. I have a file somewhere, right? This one. So, all right. So this is the normal file, a PSD with an alpha mask. And now this one has been processed with the vector path option. So you have one path for Skin Retouch and one for remove background. Let's zoom in a bit so you see where this goes. So this is around the object, and this goes around the skin. Let's select the path. You see all of the points. There they are. The vector path for remove background is included in the 10 cents. The vector path for Skin Retouch is our first premium option, which costs 10 cents additionally. So without it, it's 10 cents, and you see the price indicated right here. And when you activate the create vector path, it will cost you 20 cents. But the information about the pricing is super transparent right by the name of the workflow. Now, when you process images, you go into run mode, and you've known the instant run mode where you can just drop any kind of file in here. Let's say this one. But there's also a batch mode, and a batch mode is used, think of it like a folder. So you want to have a bracket around all of your files, and what you do is you go in here, select a couple of files from the same product or photo shooting, you can give it a name. So that's a red jacket, and it will show you how many files you have uploaded. It will show you the expected costs, and you can directly run the badge off here. Now in the results list, you will see that it has a badge name. And once you click in the badge name, you will navigate inside of the badge where you only see images from that badge. So once they are done, you can select all of them and download images from that specific badge as well. Now, there's good news and bad news. Well, sort of bad news. The good news is the new models, the AI models for both remove background and cutout, have been significantly improved. We look at each and every pixel of the image size up to the size of 496 and 4096 on the other side. These are very precise results that come out of that. The quality has been vastly improved both in remove background and skin retouch. It just takes a couple of seconds longer to process that. That's because we actually do the work. So please be a bit patient. The results will be worth it. All right, so these are all of the new features that we have shipped in, sorry, I forgot one. It's the WordPress/WooCommerce plugin. If you use WooCommerce or WordPress to host your little shop and you love autoRetouch, I have very good news for you. You can now download our plugin and speak to autoRetouch directly from within your WooCommerce instance. So that was the product review. Thank you very much for your attention. Thanks a lot to the team for building that cool stuff. And now let's go in having a preview of what we're working in Q2. So in that app, you see Shopify. That's right, just as we have a plugin for WooCommerce, we are working on an app for Shopify. And we're pretty far ahead. It's working and it's coming along quite well, so expect some news after Easter. Right, then there's also something that I would like to show you, and that is the autoRetouch desktop app. So in that desktop app, you can take any file, drop it into the app, go to the workflow executions. You see it's uploaded straight from the desktop app to autoRetouch, being processed, and then it will download into my local file system. This is still a pretty early alpha version. If you would like to have a test run with it, reach out to us. Apart from that, we're also working on model improvements, both for remove background and skin retouch, as well as for Ghost Monica. So Ghost Monica does the inlay part only here at the neck, but there are also ghosting parts here around the sleeves and at the bottom. And we're experimenting with new models that will be able to do this as well. Now, in autoRetouch itself, we were mainly focused on fashion until now. But if you go into model selection, you will see a new model that's called Select Object. Now in Select Object, this one has been trained with a bit of data on anything else but fashion. Right? So if you have a toothpaste or a shampoo bottle or a coffee mug or a microphone or a laptop, give it a try and see if you're happy with the results. We'd love to hear your feedback on that. And generally speaking, we would love to have your feedback at any time. So if you want to reach out to us, you can do so by clicking the intercom button in here and just typing us a message, sending us your suggestions and feature requests. We'd love to hear these. And also, if you like the product review style, please drop a comment below the video and let me know how you liked it. If you would like to have more detail, less detail, just tell me what's on your mind. Thank you very much, everybody.